believe I'm actually toying with the idea, since we've got, Henty wrote 4 books on ancient history, one about Egypt,
Yep.
2 about Rome,
Yep.
and 1 about Carthage.
Yep, I've read all of them.
And I've done study guides for all 4 of them, where we ask questions about the political situation and the what life was like, and just draw a picture based on the description of the attire that Hannibal was wearing. Draw a picture of what you think that looked like, and so you're getting steeped in the cultures of the places and the people that you're learning about. Not just the history. There's a lot more going on in these books, so it can clearly branch out into geography. Under Drake's flag, Drake sails around the world. Get a map. Put a map on the wall, or put a Europe map on the wall, or put a North or South America. And as you're listening to these stories, graph it on the map. So now you're getting a better picture of where people were when this happened and that happened. I recommend that all the time. So there's history, geography, the language is crazy because of the vocabulary and the character. So you're really just in a Henty novel alone, and frankly, in any historical novel, any historical novel. Read Liberty, not Liberty Kids, but Johnny Tremaine. Read that book. Read Red Badge of Courage, about the Civil War. You read these books, you can draw things on a map and put down all the major character names. So you're learning more about the different people that affected history and where things took place. You can see them on the map. It's like, oh, wow, he marched all the way from here to here in 24 hours with 600 troops. That's a hike. Those kinds of things can bring the history more to life. And clearly, with Drake sailing around the world, he touched off on every continent practically on the way. So you're going to get a nice geography lesson. Anyway, there's lots that can be gleaned and incorporated and hung on to a historical fiction novel. Yeah.
And plus, like you had said earlier, when we read a novel, we get engrossed in that person's life. And so it isn't like we're following a textbook that's saying, oh, and they went here and then they went here, but we get the emotion with it. And I think emotion attaches our learning at a deeper level. And it helps kids that normally would just say, oh, what am I going to use this for? They don't ask because they already know, and it's an intuitive understanding that this is important because you become part of that person's life.
Right. And you find out what life was like for the average Joe at that time, or maybe the different classes in society. So the Lord of the Manor, he's got, got servants and all this kind of stuff. And one of the books I also recorded of Henty's was a March on London. It was about the Wat Tyler Rebellion. So the English and the French and everybody had a system of serfdom. So wherever you were born, you worked for the Lord of the Manor. When you went to war, you had to provide bodies and horse to go with him. You worked his land. You paid his taxes and tithes. You went to the local church, and you died there. Now, most of them didn't leave the county that they were born in. So Wat the Tyler, he was a roof Tyler, therefore his last name was Tyler. And there's also the baker and the candlestick maker and the so he got sick and tired of this. The Reformation had come about, and he's like, hey, I'm a human being. I have rights. The creator of the universe made me. Who says I'm your slave? Who says I have to stay here? So he started a rebellion and took it all the way to London. So you're learning that there was, unfairness in society back then, just like there's, perceived unfairness in society today, and maybe there is a preferential treatment. Okay. It's been going on forever. There's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, let's face it. We've been dealing with the same issues for thousands of years, much less, hundreds. So I thought that was really interesting. And then another that could be correlated to today's world was through the fray. And that's about the carders, the wool carders.
Oh, yeah.
Rebelling against the Industrial Revolution. They came up with a faster, cheaper, smarter way to have a machine do this. And a lot of people were thrown out of work.
Right.
Go to McDonald's. You can order on
the AI, everything. Yeah, it's changing.
So is that something new? No, that's been going on for generations. So you get this sense that there's nothing new under the sun, and we're not grappling with anything that generations before haven't grappled with, these exact same things. So anyway, it's just
Well, it's a whole lesson in ethics and understanding we repeat history. And I think when we did audiobooks, my kids would often say that, why, that's what we're doing now, isn't it? Like, well, that's a really good understanding that you're getting here.
Yeah,